Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to the Appalachian Trail. This video offers the basics you'll need to begin your journey. How to train for the hike, really no matter your age, how to reach the trailhead, the essential gear you want in your pack, what to expect along the way, and a rough estimate of cost. It's not an exhaustive guide, but rather the spark for your own deep dive into what it takes to walk the AT. The Appalachian Trail, known simply as the AT, stretches over 2,100 miles from Georgia to Maine. It isn't just a long walk through a rugged wilderness, it's something more. It's an inward journey, one that unfolds step by step, mile by mile, as the world slows down and something inside you begins to awaken. Some hikers take it on in one long push. Start to finish, no looking back. Others, like me, walk it in sections, mile by mile, year after year. The information in this video comes from my story of walking it piece by piece, of showing up year after year, of not giving up, and growing into someone stronger, steadier, and more whole with every mile. What does it truly cost to walk the Appalachian Trail? Well, not just in time, in grit, or in letting go of comfort, but let's talk dollars. Most hikers are going to spend around $1,000 a month, give or take, some much more and of course some much less. And where does it all go? Well, it goes to those things that keep you moving. Food, the occasional hostel, replacement gear, and those precious town stops where a hot shower, a soft bed, or a greasy burger feels like absolute luxury. And oh, let's not forget the ice cream. I've added a detailed breakdown of the typical trail expenses in the description below, and it's going to give you a clearer picture of what to budget for both before you get on and after you get on the trail. If you have more specific questions, drop me a comment below. So how do you get to the trailhead? Before your first step north, there's the journey to the journey, and that is getting to Springer Mountain, Georgia, the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. So my hiking partner and I took a flight into Atlanta International Airport. Once we deplaned, we followed the signs to the MARTA train station, which we then took to North Spring Station. We had prearranged to have a shuttle driver pick us up and take us to Amicalola Falls State Park. You could also have them take you directly to Springer Mountain parking lot. A list of the shuttle drivers can be found in the most recent Appalachian Guide Trail book, which I have posted a description in the link. Some choose to start at Amicalola Falls, hiking the 8.8 mile approach trail, which is a very steep, soul-testing path that delivers you to the true start of the AT. It's very beautiful, but it is very difficult. Now, it's not required, but I think considering you're going to be walking 2,200 miles to Maine, it's a rite of passage. If you're finding this helpful or inspiring, now's a great time to give the video a like. And if you'd like to follow more of my journey, don't forget to hit subscribe. How do you pack for something as big as the Appalachian Trail without overpacking or forgetting the essentials? Well, here's what I've learned about keeping it simple and trail smart. The more organized you are in packing, the smoother your trail days will be. You do not have to pack everything, and you can always leave stuff behind or send it home. If you're someone who tends to misplace things or forget small items, bring less and pack in fewer containers. Another thing to remember is your backpack isn't just luggage out on the trail. It becomes an extension of your body. You're going to be carrying it for over 2,100 miles. So aim to keep your loaded weight light, ideally between 22 and 25 pounds. My first recommendation is for you to do your research. Watch those YouTube videos that talk about packing. Read the reviews. Go to the store. Try different gear on. I've included my full packing list in the description, and now just want to highlight a few of my must-haves from it. A lightweight cooking pot like a jet boil, a reliable water filtering system, hiking poles, gaiters to keep the rocks and dirt out of your shoes, a bug net especially want this in the spring and summer in New Jersey, a bear bag, a phone charger, a Garmin mini satellite communicator, a few stuff sacks to organize your gear inside, hiking shoes at least one size bigger, smart wool socks, and of course, rain gear. Be sure before you go, you spray everything, even your clothes, with Promethium, which will help keep the ticks and bugs away. How do you train for the Appalachian Trail? It's very important to begin walking in your trail shoes and your gear for at least 10 to 15 miles a week, about 3 months out. Even if you can only do these walks once, twice, 3 times a week, it's very important to get comfortable in your gear. 1 month out, train with your pack at half weight, and again, walk 10 to 15 miles a week. 2 weeks out, train with a full pack and to prepare your body for the pounding it's going to take on the trail. Where do you sleep on the Appalachian Trail? Well, the answer is everywhere and anywhere the trail takes you. Most nights you'll sleep in one of 3 places. First, it's either trail shelters. These 3-sided wooden lean-tos are scattered about every 12 to 15 miles along the AT. They're free, simple, and often you'll share them with other hikers. They offer a dry roof, a sense of community, but really no privacy, and sometimes you're going to have a snorer, mice, and even snakes. Then there's your tent or a lightweight hammock. This is your home away from home, your kind of personal sanctuary in the woods, and there are campsites scattered throughout, or you can camp next to the shelters. There are also hostels, which are quirky, welcoming places in towns or nearby trail towns. And for a small fee, you can grab a hot shower, a bunk, laundry, maybe even pizza. These stops can feel like magic even after days in the wilderness. Here are my final tips. The Appalachian Trail will not make you rich. It won't pad your resume, but it will change you. It'll strip you down to your truest self, and then it will build you back with every mile, every sunrise, every stranger who offers you a granola bar when you're hungry and tired. You know, the blisters will fade, but the memories will stay. The smell of pine, the morning fog curling over the Blue Ridge, the feeling of finishing something so few ever attempt. So if you feel the trail is calling you, don't wait for the perfect moment. The trail doesn't ask you to be perfect, it only asks you to begin. I turned 62 on my first 500-mile section of the Appalachian Trail. I'd never, ever even been camping before, and I remember my first couple of nights on the trail being so scared of the noises in the dark. But I soon realized that the Appalachian Trail isn't just something you walk. It's something that changes you in ways too deep, too sacred to explain to those who haven't experienced it for themselves. It's not just a trail, it's a story. And really, if you're lucky, you get to write your own story. If you have other questions about gear, the trail, apps that I used, books to plan for it, please drop me a comment and I will get back to you on it. As always, thanks for being a part of this beginner's guide. I look forward to seeing you on the trail. And as always, buen camino, and as we say in the U.S., happy trails. Ciao.